So I'm gonna pour it into this one.
Okay, so do you want to start or should I?
I want to start, just as a little thing. I am from that age where if you see something you can pull out of an electronic, that you go to blow on it. I miss when you can blow your games to go to work. Now you just blow the producer. Yeah, apparently we got a shit show today.
Yeah, quite a bit's been happening. Like last week and this week, too.
Yeah, apparently I live under a rock, and that's a good thing for a show, apparently.
Yeah, we were going to talk about, like, Tumblr just recently, as of the time of this recording, they purged, like, 90%, or I think even all, not safe for work blog accounts. And this has to do with, I haven't, like, actually read the document that they put out, but apparently it's because of Russian hackers. They're trying to prevent Russian hackers from interfering or going through Tumblr. So they're like, that's why they're banning all the not safe for work accounts.
Oh my fucking god.
It's like, when I first heard that, I'm like, I believe it. I should be surprised, but I believe it.
You can't be surprised by Tumblr. That's the nature of the beast. Now, there's Tumblr accounts I fucking follow, like Iguana Mouth Lover. Or they, sorry. But let me tell you what. How I think about that bullshit about the Russian spy, it's a Schrodinger's cat of belief for me. I believe it, but I also don't believe it, but I believe it simultaneously. Yeah. Fucking Russians. The Russians are going to be our boogeyman again, you know?
I think, like, of, like, whenever I hear the Russian hacker stuff, I always think of, like, just, like, Stalker, the characters in Stalker just throwing potatoes over a fence. And it's like, we are hacking U.S. government.
Man, Stalkers, I need to play that fucking game.
Me too. I need to go back because I have that installed in the expansions too.
Yeah.
And it's just a game that's been in my backlog for the longest. There's a lot of games I need to play, like Bloodborne. I haven't played that yet.
Hey, I can give you the Discord.
No, I actually haven't installed. I have the I got it when it was on the PS Plus free giveaway sale. So I got that for free. I still haven't played it yet though. That and Gravity Rush, Bayonetta, a lot of good games in my backlog.
Oh, speaking of games, Xbox is doing their gold thing. I picked up the Dante's Inferno game. It fucking holds up.
Really?
It's not so much like if you put it next to one of the God of War games, like the old God of War, they're kind of curved fucking Dante into the ground. Like it's like slower than Devil May Cry, but not as brutal as God of War. Why it works, though, is that it's kind of unlike other modern hack and slash. It's crawling into the niche like a slug. I hope to make a sequel. You have Dante, like, fucking fight God with a giant dong. Yeah, they have dong physics for the devil in the game.
Yeah, I heard about that. Like, especially the Lost level. There's, like, titties everywhere or whatever.
Yep.
There's, like, yeah.
And also, Cleopatra shoots spider babies from her tits. Also, they have a kind of cool Dante design. Yeah, anyways.
And, like, you're gonna get your wish, and it's like Ninja Theory's gonna develop the next one.
Oh, they did. I think it was Ninja Theory on the first one, or they helped heavily on or some shit like that.
And then there's like the Dante's Inferno 2 comes out, and like he teams up with Dante from DMC or Dante. Is it Dante? Is the reboot Dante?
Dante. I'm sorry, but like. What the fuck is wrong with you? I'm awesome. And Dante's like, you know, Dante, like, I don't know, calls him like a pleb and throws him back into hell.
Like, and then he does the Harlem Shake. Because it's not even like, because they're not even like topical enough to do for the Fortnite dance.
God, speaking of fucking Fortnite, I got Game of the Year.
Yeah, I heard about that, yeah.
I'm sorry.
Apparently it was because it was a fan vote, and like all their fans are like 13-year-olds.
Fuck the 13. Oh wait, no. I hope the 13-year-olds quickly gain a sense of taste. Okay, that doesn't even work better, but still, fuck that. I hate them. I'm sorry. I unironically started hating these kids again. Like, I was at the library and there's this guy there, he's an older one of the 13-year-olds, and someone sniped him. His response? Just like that, every time he, and like, no, no, and it's like, and I wouldn't think he's much younger than me, and just watching him, I'm like, and that's why I don't play Fortnite. Yeah, there was a contest between it and Red Dead 2, and Red Dead 2 lost. Ask me why. They were judging it for a battle royale. Because apparently there'll be a battle royale in Red Dead 2 online. Like, apparently, there's a circle, and if you leave the circle, you get shot by an Indian. You best get riding. I don't know.
And the center of the circle is a feminist, and whoever kills her gets their account banned.
That actually wouldn't be like a bad idea for a game. Just like put a character that make it like a horror game, but like if
I mean, did you hear about that? The guy got his account banned because he put up that video where he like ties up the feminist protester and feeds her to an alligator.
Yeah, there's also a real group of players in the game that they hang black people. Like, you can play the characters as a villain.
Yeah, and like you should have the freedom to do so.
Yeah, it's just YouTube got anal about that.
Yeah,
but you can kill the clan, which makes the game. It's kind of awesome. Just like shooting everyone to move. My character, I play him as a pig fucking backwoods nut job.
But back on Tumblr,
yeah.
Like apparently a lot of the not safe for work artists who got banned, they've been vocal about moving to Newgrounds, and I'm cautiously optimistic about because I hope that Newgrounds succeeds. I can see how they could easily take advantage of the backlash against Tumblr and be like, oh, we're not like them, and then behind the scenes just doing some shady stuff. But I don't think that Newgrounds, to my knowledge, has done a lot of shady shit in the past. So I'm like Tom Fulp, the owner of Newgrounds, he's been a real bro about content creation. He genuinely wants to see people succeed on the platform. So I'm hoping that he's going to be the good guy. Like he says he's going to be, or like, yeah.
I don't know why you never do those like it's the axis meme where you have 4 different points. I don't know why Todd Howard and Tom Fulp are 2 different sides of the same axis.
I don't know really how they're associated though.
I don't know.
Like their names just sound similar, I guess.
I think so, but that's why I just have this like mental image of like them being like twins separated at birth by an evil prophecy.
Yeah, Fallout 76 is just scrambling to...
Did you hear about that, the update?
Yeah, I did.
Like, was it like 45 fucking gigs?
Was that much?
Yeah, it was bigger on Xbox, but that was a PS4 one. I don't have it, but that's what I heard. Yeah, they're trying to hose that dumpster fire. Yeah.
One thing I noticed about gaming now... And actually, like I'll talk about this in a minute because I want to get to Half-Life. Half-Life just celebrated just yesterday, I think. It was its 20th anniversary. It came out November 20th, 1998. And for its 20th anniversary, Valve did the courtesy of doing absolutely nothing. They just didn't acknowledge nothing on the Steam page. They just didn't acknowledge it whatsoever. And that to me is just the saddest fucking thing.
I did not grow up on Half-Life like you and pretty much everyone neck beard. I'm kidding, but like that's kind of fucking shitty.
Yeah. And this has happened like over the course slowly too. Because like we've been waiting for Half-Life 3 or Episode 3 for more than 10 years now, and like. I noticed this in the comment section of video about Half-Life 3, and like how it was just showing like the progression of like how Gabe Newell just was like talking about Half-Life 3 at one point, and at one point he just stopped and like was avoiding questions about Half-Life 3, and like a point was made how if they had just announced like we're just canceling it, then fans would have been angry, but we would have at least known what was going on.
Closure.
Yeah, there would have been closure, and the closest thing we've gotten to closure is the fact that Mark Laidlaw left Valve, the writer of Half-Life, and he actually put out, or was given the rights to put out a synopsis of what Half-Life 3 would have been, Episode 3 would have been. And that's the closest thing we've gotten. And it's just sad right now.
Valve has fallen to its own success.
Yeah, and one of the big things is that they changed how PC gaming and gaming as a whole really works.
Were they the first service that you buy a game off them, like Open Game Alert?
First digital store, I think, yeah. And that's really what gaming media has become. Because really, like, when you look at Half-Life, or like when you look at Fallout 76, like certain copies just have a cardboard disc with the game code on it for download, which is stupid as hell. But it shows how slanted gaming has become towards digital media and not disc-based stuff.
I miss physical.
Yeah, and like one thing in particular that's a detriment to that is storage space. Because with one of the reasons I've been hesitant about getting Red Dead 2 is...
It's fucking huge.
Yeah, it's like 100 gigs, and that takes up at least a quarter of the storage space. If you buy like a 500 gig PS4, and like the rest, like it's like you only have like 50, or like... No, it would be like either 1/5 or 1/4.
I think
like,
one...
Because like I think of how much utilities and like pre-installed apps are already on the PS4.
But can you guess what I miss? I miss being able to pick up a manual when you get the game.
Oh, yeah.
And you're just reading it, and you see like the background, the lore.
I mean, the manuals were another thing, because I remember the Legend of Zelda: Ocarina of Time strategy guide. That's one of the best like gaming like written things, because like when like the way that it was written like a storybook, where instead of when it tells you how to solve a puzzle, instead of saying hit this switch, you go through the door. It's like Link looked up, he saw a switch, like wielding his bow, he struck the switch, and the door unlocked. So it was really interesting. I don't think I've ever seen a strategy guide do something like that.
If I ever do a caveman game, I just want the whole thing to be in cave painting with strategy guide. So it's both obtuse, but it's also clever.
Yeah.
Also, like, two of my favorite gaming off the top of my head was Morrowind. Morrowind had a great one where they explained the races, the world, the skills, and classes. Also, God of War had a great one where you could see concept art in a game.
Oh yeah, that's always a good thing.
And also you could see Medusa titties.
Yeah. I heard that Prima strategy guides have shut down, so like we're not getting those anymore.
Man, we're growing up as gamers.
Yeah.
Gamers, get old.
Rise up and then go back to bed.
Rise up and sit back down because your hips are failing.
Yeah, that's a better one. Yeah, Half-Life, that just makes me sad. But
You would be really a big twist. That if that was Valve, I'm putting on my tinfoil hat and putting a little hope in my heart that what they're doing is that they're going to make a big release, but of course that's not going to happen. But can you imagine if they did, making you think they've forgotten it, and then gave Noel to the show, and the screen splits in half, and you see the flames shoot out Half-Life 3, and everyone gets up and claps.
I'm sure that there are some people who still think that.
Yeah.
Like I'm at stage 5 acceptance. But like it's been so long that I imagine if they did that, then people would still be saying, is this a joke, or do they really mean this? Because there are some people. Kingdom Hearts 3, that's coming out January next year. There's still some people who think that it's not going to come out still.
Like,
it's been so long since. I mean, there's been like spin-off games here and there, but in terms of like mainline.
Yeah, you want the meat and potatoes. You don't want the chicken pot pie.
Yeah, even though like the chicken pot pie is integral to the plot.
Yeah. Okay, that's weird. I'm on a food binge today. Dude, you know what I was thinking about though? Devil May Cry 5, its reveal. It fucking blew my mind. Like, seeing Boomer Dante warmed my heart. Here's the thing though. Don't you love when you grow up with a character? That always makes me happy, like, you get to see Kratos become progressively more violent and self-hating. You get to see Chris Redfield gain a personality, then lose one. You get to see Dante pay for his mortgage on his house. I paid off my mortgage. Woo!
Yeah. I didn't grow up with Devil May Cry. A lot of the game series that I grew up with, they've just ended, or they haven't made new games.
Yeah.
And if they were to make new games, then they'd probably be terrible. Because I think of the Jak and Daxter series, and with current Naughty Dog, I can see them just completely fucking it up.
Yeah, Naughty Dog's a bunch of mouth breathers, it seems.
Let's see what else. Oh yeah, Spyro came out. Did we talk about that last time?
I think so, a little bit.
Right. I still hear it's good.
Wait till we get Spyro Gate because they made one of the furries less sexualized.
I noticed that, like, I mean, this is probably because everybody's, like, sexualizing the dragons now, but, like, I've noticed that there aren't any female dragons. At least in, I don't think in any of the games.
I think that's because the big reveal of the dragonflies are actually females, and that the males have to impregnate their eggs, and that's why they're so sacred to the dragons.
Is that real?
I have no fucking clue. It's been years, but can you imagine if it was? My favorite breath weapon was the bubble breath weapon in one of the games where you can chew bubbles.
Oh, that was
The Year of the Dragonfly.
Yeah, that was I don't have fond memories about that one.
That was the only Spyro game I ever got. Oh, yeah. Like, I Skylanders, too. Skylanders. I like Skylanders. They had some cool characters. They had this troll dude with bombs who I used to spam the bomb. Bomb, 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 bomb. It was basically the kid version of Demo Man, except he wasn't an alcoholic black Scottish Cyclops. You know what character I really do kind of miss? Ratchet and Clank when they were good.
I heard that the reboot was good.
You think they're gonna make a? I heard it was good, but it's not like, good enough for the company's eyes.
Oh, okay. Oh, I'm hoping that they make a sequel or do something, another game with him.
Yeah. Oh man, did you hear about Blizzard shit?
You mentioned something.
I'm gonna have to do more research. I apologize. Apparently, Blizzard's fucking crumbling at the foundations. Like, most of the people do not have survivable paychecks. They basically will fuck each other over for bonuses. Bonuses are how they survive. Like, every expansion, apparently, Blizzard is basically walking around with a shotgun full of bonus! Bonus! Excuse me, sorry. And, yeah, and it's fucking, like, morale's low. People are considering quitting. There are people who are joining just to get them on their resume, then they quit a year later. Yeah, it's not good, and they're also really fucking mad at Overwatch players.
Really?
Yeah, they hate the community, apparently.
as with everybody else, I guess.
That's where we stand together.
I heard something about Riot Games, League of Legends, that new character that they released. The character designer for that character got so much shit during the development of this character. Like they weren't paying her enough or something. They were just like constantly breathing down her neck, making like just working conditions completely like terrible. And then all the way until she finished the character design, and then they fired her. And then like her manager had the gall to come in and say, this is really hard for me to do, to fire you. And that's
I hate that fucking shit. I ain't never been fired, but I have friends that got fired like that. I'd fucking make you have caps in your teeth. I'd be punching you and grabbing you by your uvula.
I can't remember if
sorry.
I can't remember if they said that to me when I was let go from my last job, but I got like that to me is like the worst thing you can say. Is like, this is hard for me to do.
No, you're gonna just say, hey, Paul, sorry, you fucking suck, go home. That would be a lot less hurtful. To be honest, I'd rather be punched once in the teeth and kicked 12 times in the head. It's your pick. I'm sorry, I ain't never been fired, but I've had bosses do how do we say, they do the thing where they go, well, they do that sigh as their brains. I hate that shit, just be straight up, because, this is the same job I had a dude pull a fucking knife on me. I'd rather have him pull a knife on me than fucking life or very slant, crooked teeth. You know, it was a really risky game, BioShock Infinite.
I heard that like went through a lot of terrible developments too.
Yeah.
Like there was, I think it was like the E3 before it was even released. Like the year before it was released, it looked completely different from what we got.
Were you a fan of BioShock?
I liked the first game. I played Infinite and I hated it actually.
I prefer the sequel to the other games.
BioShock 2?
Yeah. Big Daddies were my favorite part of the first game. They scared me as a kid. I was young when I played, but you hear the footsteps, and you hear that little girl singing. You go, oh shit!
I remember the first trailer for the first BioShock. That like hooked me immediately.
You know, BioShock is a great setting. It is. It's basically Lovecraft. It's a Lovecraftian setting.
Yeah.
They just don't give it tentacles everywhere.
Yeah, they don't have the giant old gods or whatever.
I think like that Gil guy in there's a guy in the second game who ate so much Eve that he became a giant fish monster, but you never actually see him. You see this giant tank and you see a silhouette there. Because good Lovecraftian fiction, you don't see the monsters, and that's worse. Yeah. Man, Facebook family memes are the worst. Like, they do, the thing is like, every joke goes like, teacher says thing to child says innuendo, and teacher either quits, resigns, faints, or says get out. And then you have that, and the caption is XMLAMOOXD smiley emoji. I hate that fucking shit.
It's all next to a picture of a minion.
God, I'm sorry. My mom loves Minions. I love her. But if it was for the fact we were familiar related, I'd fucking break her computer. Like, she posts, like, Minions everywhere. Do you know what I hate even more, though? As much as I hate that, I'm sorry to have to write about. I have an uncle. He is the most bro dude there is. He has, his, most favorite thing he says, he put it on there is, my back is not a voicemail. Say it to my face. And do you know what I love about him, apparently? He'll do that shit, he'll act tough, you act tough right back at him, and he'll turn around and walk away. Yeah, apparently he does not stand, I'm sorry, he's Facebook tough. That is the most pathetic level of tough there is. Would be interesting if there was an RPG where you also, like, you know, Cyberpunk 2077 has a cool stat? Imagine there's an RPG where there's a lot of online segments where you're on computers and shit, and you have internet stats. Like how, like, quick you are to retort, best retort or whatever, and, you know, and you could, like, make this character have two personas.
See, that makes me think of like the Spider-Man game, the Twitter feed. I wish that there would be a video game where you have the live feature and like you actually have people like commenting on the in-game Twitter.
Yeah, and you should be able to comment back.
Yeah.
Like I have this my shitty superhero skunk rock. I wouldn't be able to go, fuck you, I got a cool costume. Like, you know, or like the Spider-Man Twitter thing was kind of shitty in my opinion. It was like, woo, Spider-Man. Oh, I don't like Spider-Man. No, it should have been like, fuck you, Spider-Man. When you were trying to fight that big mongoloid rhino, you sprayed web all over my window.
Or like, do you think that Spider-Man gets embarrassed when he shoots webs out of his hands, haha, asking for a friend?
No, you also probably get, like, hey, Spider-Man, take nudes. I'm sorry. I have a friend, apparently it's not about, he went to a hotel. And he was talking to the desk where, and this is not like a big chain hotel, but it's like in the fucking middle of Arkansas. And the woman said, maybe you should take tasteful nudes for your partner. Out of nowhere. He literally just bought the room and she said, you should take tasteful nudes for your partner. And she kept talking about it every time she walked by the window or the door or whatever. Imagine that with Spider-Man. Like, I learned something. Northern Pennsylvania and Arkansas are basically as worse as New Jersey.
You ever been to New Jersey?
No, but I've met people, you know, I know a couple of people are the Jersey type. God, I apologize.
Yeah.
Have you been?
No, but it makes me think of Vine Sauce and how much of his, because he's from New York, and how much of his vernacular is gone to my vocabulary. Because sometimes I'll casually say jabroni. Just use the word jabroni here and there.
Do you know what? Have you ever seen what the border of New Jersey looks like? It's a 30-foot spiked wall. It's designed so when they try and climb a wall, they get impaled and they attract the others to eat their corpse. It only slows them down for a couple of days. Dude. Hey, you ever making a World War Z game?
I didn't hear about that, no.
Yeah,
Actually, no, I think I did.
Yeah,
that was a while ago, though, wasn't it?
No, there's one coming out.
Oh, okay.
They've been doing trailers for a while. Basically, you know that game, what was it? It's the new Sony cinematic game where you have all the zombies. They're having even more zombies.
Oh, you're talking about Days Gone.
Yeah, there's a Days Gone game, and they're making a World War Z. Right. Its whole purpose to have more zombies than Days Gone. Okay. God, I'm sorry. World War Z as a film sucks. I hate it.
Mm-hmm. I've heard the book is a lot better.
Yeah, the book is actually straight up horror. Mm-hmm. It makes humans worse than the Zeds. Mm. I used to get shit on because like one of my friends is into the book and they call the zombies Zachs at points. Mm-hmm. And I'm like, yeah, well, you know what they call the fucking retard in this book? They call them Pauls. Yeah, I had the mental wit of a drunk. And anything else to talk about?
Well, you were probably not even like 20 minutes in.
Yeah, like, I thought of something. I was thinking about 90s comics. Mm-hmm. I think I've discovered the Rosetta Stone of how to name 90s comic characters. If there's a duo, they have to be like a pun. Like Clash and Burn. Mm-hmm. Or like Rock and Terror. They have to either be a pun, a misspelling, or something really stupid like Skull, Ravage.
Oh, I was gonna ask, like, how do you think your Thanksgiving tomorrow is gonna go?
It's going to be it's gonna be okay.
Okay, because I know your family, and
yeah, when I say okay, I also have to have that translates to you. So my sister's not with her boyfriend, so there won't be any like, you know, oh, you know he did one time. Sorry, I've thought about this. He got really fucking offended at me.
Why?
I made a manlet joke.
Like, how tall is he?
He's like under 6 foot, but not by that much. Okay. But my thing was, I wasn't even making it at him. I just made a manlet joke in general referring to somebody at work. It was when I worked at McDonald's, and he got like, he did noise like that. Yeah, like, we don't get many big Thanksgiving. The big event usually is actually, you know, we get the Christmas fights. Like, yeah, like when my stepdad, we had Christmas, and apparently his sister, I'm just gonna fucking say there was probably some incest in that fucking family tree. My step-family are all a bunch of, they're either really, really decent folk, at least 6 of them, and the rest are all mongoloids who live in Vermilion. They get fat and, you know, they're hoity-toity. Mm-hmm. And apparently his sister brought over her husband, who brought over his sister. And my stepdad fucking hated this bitch for something that happened in the late 80s. Ask me what she did. She stole his acrylic paint that he used to paint soldiers from like the Crusades. He used to be in the modeling. And he won't let that fucking go. Apparently, I didn't see it. He was walking around and he was like hiding shit when she came in. Yeah, but our main family, we're so used to each other, we know the trigger words to avoid, which is like, how much money are you making with your new job? Hey, are you enjoying living out? Like, I love my grandfather to death. He gets kind of like, oh, I've been to the area that you live in. There's quite a few, and he looks around, ethnics. And I love my sister. She does not live in a nice place, and I figured if I was talking to her, I cosplay as Dennis Nedry from Jurassic Park for convention. Right. Well, I talked about, oh, we got this at a head shop because we were asking about a costume shop, and they told about the head shop. And we spent 8 minutes trying to find out which head shop it was within like 5 minutes of driving. Yeah, that's a good, yeah.
You ever notice that, like, when somebody says, I love him to death, it's always followed by something insulting?
Yeah, that's how it is. That's how humans are. We're duplicitous.
I love him to death, but he tends to say the stupidest, retarded things.
Pretty much, actually.
I was thinking about Because, like, I think it was Pyrocynical. I've been watching his videos. One of the videos they did a while back was this critique of Shane Dawson. Shane Dawson, it's sort of like this review Inception at this point, but it's like Shane Dawson was, I think it was, like, popular in, like, 2009. He was known for, like, doing this stuff that, like drama-centric stuff and, like, doing skits. Like, I think he's done like a few YouTube Red original movies, which are all terrible. But like he was doing a documentary series on Jake Paul on his channel, and it's like just analyzing whether he's a sociopath or not. And I don't know, just out of curiosity, I looked up, because I remember like Jake Paul, the Paul family is all from Ohio. I looked up, they're from Westlake, of all places. And I'm like, that's a 15-minute drive from where I live. That's where I used to work, actually.
Oh, I'm sorry, man.
And, like, I think about how, like, they're saying, oh, is he a sociopath? You get, like, because there's a point in the video where Shane gets in a dune buggy with him, and they, like, drive off somewhere. And I'm like, that's basically what we do, like, when I was growing up. Everybody had, like, a buggy or, like, four-wheeler.
Yeah, you're not a fucking redneck in Ohio unless you have an ATV.
Because that's all you could do. That's all you can do around here.
It's not like we got mountains or rivers. Well, we have a couple of rivers, but,
It's like the only thing to do when you're growing up as a teenager in Ohio is either, like, if you don't have an ATV or, like, a car, then all you can do is, like, sit around playing video games or shoot up heroin.
I'm sorry, for that heroin joke.
Yeah, it's a pretty bad epidemic. Surprisingly bad.
Yeah, like, there was... Do you know what Narcan is? It's a chemical. It is strong enough it can get you out of a heroin high. It basically is designed to save you from overdosing. Mm-hmm. There is more Narcan that has been deployed in Ohio than not even just Ohio, Northeast Ohio, than the fucking rest of North America. Mm. There's a rumor that the companies that make Narcan are thinking about fucking making an extra price if they send it to Ohio. Yeah.
I feel like I've probably heard that somewhere before. My brother, he was he was a heroin addict for like a couple of years. He's been sober for the last 3 years or so. So I'm really proud of him for that. We had a few scares where he overdosed, and there's one time where we thought he was going to die, and that was pretty scary.
I apologize.
I mean, like, I should be apologizing for getting into this. No, like, it's. I mean, I thought of this on the way over here. Is that whenever I come here, it's therapeutic to like talk about our past traumas and everything.
Yeah. Like, that's like, this is like, if I ever fucking become a mass murderer, we're gonna listen to these my suicide tapes. That's a really dark fucking joke, I apologize. If I sound bad on people who are addicts, I don't want to sound bad on them, know.
It's fine.
Yeah.
Like one of the reasons, this is one of the reasons I'm glad that we only get like 2 viewers per episode, is that like we can just talk about whatever we want,
Yeah.
Well, we don't even have to censor the N-word, though we probably should.
Like, the one time you say hard R N-word, like, fucking, like, YouTube, like, we get 1 million views, it becomes the hottest thing on YouTube. Yeah. Jake Paul comes to visit. I'm sorry, just picture, like, we're just recording here, and you're like...
Yeah, he just hires both of us on the spot.
Yeah. Yeah, you're gonna stand in the background, big dude, and your face, they're gonna say, yeah.
He'd probably be the, what's his name from, like, the Bam Margera's show, the big black guy. I think they actually just called him Big Black. Or BB.
I love really shittily thought up nicknames. What's your name? His name is Tall Black Dude Number 6. Why is he number 6? Because 4 was taken.
You ever watched Viva La Bam?
I haven't. I've never even heard of it.
Okay, it was basically Bam Margera's reality show about him and his redneck family. And basically it was like unscripted Jackass.
Dude,
anyway, it was like Jackass without Johnny Knoxville. It was just Bam like pulling pranks on his family. Basically stuff you'd see on YouTube today that would get like millions of views.
I'm sorry, man. Do you know why I love living in the Midwest? We got more rednecks here than we got animals. All I'm picturing now is like if, say, Soviet hackers have led the invasion, and it's like Red Dawn, they come out of the jets, and it's, the Spetsnaz, and they walk in and like, comrade, where's the enemy? And all you hear is the, yeah! Your shotguns in the woods.
Just blowing off fireworks at the jets.
I'm sorry, I just want to see Redneck Red Dawn. Redneck Dawn.
I mean, that's what the original Red Dawn was like close to being. Because I think it did they invade like Colorado in the beginning?
Yeah, like you don't fuck with Colorado. You like that's the American Australia.
I'd say Florida is the American Australia.
We got two of them.
Yeah.
If you want reptilian abominations and humanoid abominations, you go to Florida. You want the mammalian megafauna that should have been killed off by the Ice Age, you go to Colorado. Mm-hmm. My uncle, can I say this? My uncle got fucking chased by a full-grown moose. And this has happened a few times. Because mooses are territorial, and I love him. I'm saying it. My uncle's a good guy, but he's a fucking idiot. He thought it was dead. And he was going to take out his iPhone camera, walk over, and prop its head up on his shoulder like he killed it. And he walked over, he's like 15 feet from it, and he crunched in some nice, hard snow. And she got up and started looking around. The only reason it didn't kill him was apparently he was able to jump behind a tree when a headbutt hit that sucker so fucking fast it nearly ripped it out the ground. It was dazed temporarily, and that's all the time he had to get back in this trailer and pray to Redneck Jesus.
You mean Jesus?
No, Redneck Jesus has a really bad haircut. He's got a mullet.
He looks more like Kenny Loggins, right?
Kenny Loggins is Redneck Jesus. Yeah. I'm sorry. They didn't nail him to a cross. They nailed him to a diner.
I was going to say they nailed him to a Union Jack.
Oh. We're going to fuck. Like, I still say, I don't like. I'm not religious, but I still sometimes believe in hell. Yeah. I believe there might be something out there, but I definitely believe there's something down there.
Yeah, I want to say that, because, I used to be, really religious. I mean, this is probably a huge shock.
To be honest, I could believe that.
Yeah, but, I don't know, I consider myself agnostic. There is something out there that's probably, a eldritch thing, where it's, where, God is, something that we were not able to fully comprehend.
If people could actually see God, angels are eldritch monsters in the Bible, all dragons and tentacles and weird things.
Oh, yeah. The Nephilim.
Yeah, also...
it makes me think of one of my friends, she was asking, because I think that she went to Catholic school at some point in her life, and she was, trying to have her memory refreshed, saying, there's the Father, the Son, and the Holy Spirit. What's the Holy Spirit supposed to be, though? And, then, my input was, it's basically the Force. And it's, more or less.
Can you... Oh, my God. Hey, have you seen the movie Metallica? Not the band. No. It's Italian knockoff Star Wars. It's weird. I only remember that because they have this robot, and they do with one of his actual lines in the English dub is, "Yeah, I want a fucking boner so I can bone this robot bitch," and I really want to make a sequel to that, or a spiritual successor. Also, it's a ripoff of Star Wars, but it has Star Trek themes. My favorite thing, fucking stormtroopers don't get helmets, they get bowl cuts. Yeah,
I wish that India would buy the rights to Star Wars.
No, do you know who I want to buy what they should buy the rights to? Picture fucking Indian X-Men.
Oh, yeah. Oh, that would be great.
You see Wolverine, but instead of growing out blades, he grows elbow spikes.
Oh, that would actually be... That sounds like a Mortal Kombat character.
Yeah, oh no, giant guillotine blades out of his elbows. Basically one of the Bionicle dudes, the green one.
I like what we're saying, India should buy Star Wars, the entire country.
Yeah, the entire country is its entity. I'm sorry.
Makes me think of the GTA bootleg series that Joel from Vinesauce did. You should watch those, because it was, basically... They're actual physical copies of GTA, but with mods. So, you could play as Wolverine or, as Vegeta from Dragon Ball Z.
No, you know what the greatest one is? You can play as Godzilla in one of those mods. Speaking of that...
I mean, they're actual physical copies, though, that, are bootlegs. So, So they circulate around, the Philippines or wherever.
Oh, man. Philippines are... It's weird how they all have their own style of bad ripoff.
Yeah.
No, what the greatest one is? Turkish.
Oh, yeah.
You can't top Turkish.
I was about to mention Turkish Star Wars.
Have you ever seen Turkish Rambo?
No.
Turkish Rambo's a lot more subdued, but Turkish Star Wars has fucking skeletons. Mm-hmm. I want them to put that in the main Star Wars universe. Like, all I'm picturing is, like, Darth, like, what's your name? I am Darth, Gigagaga, because we're out of names. And he has this, man, you hear about Soul Calibur 6? I'm sorry, you can play as skeletons in the game, and that's cool.
And, like, I've seen, like, all the crazy characters.
Have you seen the Voldo in the Magikarp?
I haven't seen that one.
So basically, it's this weird thing. You know how he does the attack where he gets on his hands, or he gets on his fingers and his knees, and he thrusts his balls at you? Well, they do it so that whenever he moves forward, his arms, they do his back animation, so they make them look like Magikarp's tail. So his dick is Magikarp's face. And it's fucking awesome. Speaking of that, I was watching the Detective Pikachu trailer again. I caught a couple Easter eggs. Right. They reference the legendaries from Hoenn, and they also reference Reshiram and Zekrom. It's kind of weird they never really mention these legendaries. Like, obviously there's a couple games that are but like, hey boy, what? Don't go in that mountain. Why? And the old redneck walks up, yeah, this is realistic Detective Pikachu. Yeah, we call this fucking Firehead Mountain. Why? Because there's a giant eldritch Tyrannosaurus spider thing that lives in there that shoots fire out his dick. Don't go in there. And you
Do you think that they're gonna try and like Legendary Pictures is gonna try and make this Pokemon even a Nintendo cinematic universe?
It'd be cool if you blend Pokemon, and here's my controversial idea: Digimon. Fucking bridge that gap. Because Porygon could be a prototype Digimon.
I don't know.
Well, maybe, or...
Like, I've always seen, like, they're very different when you think about it.
Yeah, like, you could have, like, yeah, true. I'm sorry, I hate the Monster Hunter universe thing. I love Monster Hunter. You know what I fucking hate, though? When you can't tell a story without dragging into, like, picture a world and throw Marines in it. I hate that fucking shit, unless it's done really fucking well. No, that's what they should do, like... in a world, and you see, like, what's his name? His name's Lance Stryker. He is like the head of Black Ops, and they're sending him on a mission to another world. And you see him land in this dark, foreboding castle, opens the door, and he shoots Bowser in the fucking face. Like, it's fucking like Taliban Turtles.
Yeah, but if Detective Pikachu ends up being the best video game movie made, I'd be okay with that.
Yeah, like
there's
not a lot of competition.
Yeah, I mean, and the fact that it might actually get us to start seeing good video game movies from now.
You know what I think would be a really good video game movie if done well? Here's my thing: picture a really fucking good Rule. It can't have already had a movie adaptation. Okay. Here's my weird one. Altered Beast. It's like Game of Thrones, you know that sword LARP shit, and like, oh, what's your thing? And the guy rips his shirt off and turns into a bear and starts turning people to stone. Wouldn't that be fucking cool? That's my favorite part of the level. You could play as a fucking bear that breathes out stone. It just turns into like Medusa's breath or some shit like that.
I mean, I would love to see a Earthbound movie.
Dude.
I mean, we already have Earthbound Saga, or like the Ridgeway Earthbound movies.
Picture they made it like super authentic.
Yeah, that would be interesting.
Yeah, because like Earthbound is actually, it would fit into a Lovecraftian universe. Because, Gigas or Guy.
So I think it's actually pronounced Gigas.
Gigas?
Mm-hmm. I just say Gigas though.
Gigas! Oh, yeah.
Yeah, Gigas sounds cooler.
Wouldn't it be cool if he was in Smash Ultimate?
Yeah.
No, you know what they should do? Here's my big idea for Smash Ultimate. Have the fans vote on the next set of DLC characters. Here's what they do. You set companies, and they pick what characters in that company. Because do you know who I'd like to see in fucking Smash? If they could do a guest character? If they would allow, if they could get Sony in on this boat, because, Sony's a cash whore, picture fucking Kratos in Smash. All I'm picturing is, the gods of Olympus have abandoned me. And he throws himself off. No, and then he's falling in Palutena says, hey, wait, we'll take you. Yeah, we need you to kill this big alien hand. He could be an interesting character. You could play. Speaking of God of War, it has the best opening of any video game I can think of. Yeah. Because, a lot of games do that. He was a good guy. I keep Bane posting out of accident. No, Bane and Smash. I just Yeah. It will be painful. Pika, pika! For you. Like, he just breaks Mario's back. Actually, yeah. Like, do you know why I like Soul Calibur as a fighting game? That you could make your own character and you could pretend that they have their own story. Also, you can actually play fucking orcs, and they reveal in the mythos of Soul Calibur, which has its own fucking mythos. There's now, I'm sorry, I'm nerd out about this. They have 2 cults now. One made Astaroth. I'm sorry. But, like, they're adding, like, there's Nekkos that live in the ground. There's evil demon angel folk. And probably the best one, the skeleton.
Nekkos like the cat girls?
Yeah. Yeah, there's Nekkos now. You can also make male Nekkos.
I must have missed something.
Yeah, like, they're not, like, in the story, but they're in character creation, so, yeah. But fucking skeletons exist in this universe. Also, Soul Calibur is weird. It's more serious than Tekken, that makes it weird, but it also makes it weirder because it's more serious. No, you also should get as a guest character. If we're doing Capcom, fucking Wesker in Smash. Wesker's a great villain, I think.
I feel like we've gone through this before on like one of our many Smash tangents.
Yeah, okay.
I can't wait for it to come out just so we can stop talking about it.
Yeah, to be honest, the same thing. I apologize. It's just, Also, they made a DLC for that Jurassic World game.
I heard about that. Yeah.
Can I give you my response to the fan reaction? There's 2 reactions. Oh, cool, we get new dinosaurs and 3 new hybrids. Here's the response of the Jurassic Park nerds. Ah, damn you, Lenia! Yeah, because they're the new hybrids are an Ankylosaurus and a Diplodocus, a Spinosaurus and a Velociraptor, and what's the other? Oh yeah, and Stegosaurus Triceratops. They're from the Jurassic Park mobile game, but the fans are angry jerking each other. I don't like you know how fans do. Yeah. I realized something from all the years that I've been in fandoms. There are no conversations anymore. It's not even just like, here's how it goes. You say your pre-scripted response, and they respond, and they respond.
Yeah, they give the NPC regulated algorithm response. Yeah, I think this goes back to what we were talking about with communities becoming smaller, or they're becoming more homogenized due to Facebook and Twitter.
Yeah, we need the fandom civil war again.
Mm-hmm. It makes me think of. Oh yeah, before I mention that, I wanted to ask, did you get back to watching My Hero Academia?
I did not actually. I'm going to. What got me? I'm going to go back into it because one of my friends says, "Oh yeah, there's this character named Midnight," and it showed me the cosplay of her, and I'm like, I'm mighty interested to find out who she is.
I don't think she appears in the first season though, so you have to watch the second season.
Damn. I have this. Yeah.
I remember you kept saying, it's overhyped, so I'm not going to watch it.
And
I actually think that the hype is dying off too. So you're getting into it at just the right moment.
Yeah, I like getting into something when all the dick riding by the fans are done. Excuse my language.
Yeah.
But you know how some people get.
Mm-hmm. I mean, that's what destroyed. I mean, sort of what destroyed Steven Universe. Yeah. Because it was an inferior product to begin with.
Yeah. I'm sorry, just how you said that, you are inferior, and just this Chad. What do you say was the Chad to its incel?
Oh, some people have argued Star versus the Forces of Evil was, but good? I'd say it's somewhat, it's a step up from Steven Universe, but not a huge step. It's I actually look at Star versus with more disdain because I see more unrealized potential in its execution. Because it could have been a good Disney Renaissance type of show where if they played a lot of the themes straight, then I think I would have more respect for what they were doing. But it's more of just a parody of Disney. At best, it's a parody of Disney shows. At worst, it's just hyperactive pixie sticks garbage. And I'm making it sound a lot worse than it probably is, but I'm just really spiteful towards it for this reason, I guess.
Oh, I saw the new Queen movie, by the way.
How was it?
Fucking good, actually. Some people... now, here's my thing. I went into it with an open mind. Mm-hmm. I went in for the music. And what surprised me was I was watching my mom's reaction, because my mom... You know, and she was like, like, she thought, there's scenes where they show, like, footage, but that's not Freddie Mercury in the footage, that's Rami Malek. Here's the thing, though. I blinked when it said Rami Malek in the credits. So when they show this guy, I go, who is it? And it cuts to the thing, oh my god, it's the guy from fucking Until Dawn!
Oh, really?
Yeah, he's do you have any minds for spoilers for it?
I don't really care.
He's the, I'm the big villain, but it's revealed he's actually not the main villain. He's a side villain. It just fucking blew my mind because he can only play crazy people, and but he did Freddie Mercury awesome.
I keep hearing that he's a main character from Mr. Robot. Which is
I haven't seen Mr. Robot.
It's a Netflix series. I've heard it's good.
Yeah, I need to...
Like, I don't really know anything about it other than it's good, so...
Yeah, it's like, I need to watch the second season of Castlevania.
Yeah, me too.
So speaking of that, I had this really interesting idea that I'd like to see somebody do. A gothic horror story from a monster's point of view, but not like, I am the evil one, like, have Dracula's castle burned down, and have him survive in a world where gothic, like the aristocrats are dying off. He has to get a fucking job. Hypnosis will only get him so far.
Well, that's basically the plot of what's it called? Like there was a sort of mockumentary style movie about vampires living in contemporary times, and what was it? It was directed by the guy who did Thor Ragnarok.
Wasn't it like
Like We Only Come Out at Night? No, it wasn't that. It was a title on What We Do in the Shadows. That was it. Yeah. And it was basically like exactly what you're saying. Oh. It's like years have passed since centuries have passed since their glory days, and they're like trying to get a job during the night shift or whatever, or like they're living off their like wealth from the Victorian eras or something.
Yeah, because I was thinking about this. Oh yeah, by the way, real quick, if you identify as a monster fucker on Tumblr, go fuck off. Because like I was this person online, their name is Yog Blogsoft. They draw Cthulhu monsters, and they draw them really damn well. Like they make them not just like temple things, they make them look like things that should not exist. But there's this guy who's up in the comments, and you can tell he's like, I really like Nyarlathotep. Draw more of his masks.
And of all the thousands of people who have been banned, he's probably still there.
I wouldn't be surprised. You cannot destroy the people who jack off monsters, only slow them down.
And somehow Tumblr can't seem to destroy itself, despite all the bad decisions they're making.
It sort of reminds me of a lyric from a song in the year 2525. I'll tear it down and start again, but they can't tear it down no matter how hard they try. You could fucking systematically shoot everyone who's ever logged into Tumblr and it will survive.
Yeah. I mean, something tells me that it's only like a year, maybe less away from becoming the next MySpace.
It's gonna collapse.
Yeah, exactly.
There's, she's taking too many wounds. That boat's going down. And watch as I mix every analogy and simile I can together.
Yeah, I was just thinking of, was it the Tuhus, the ship ladies? That's probably the only way that metaphor fits what you just said.
Yeah, I'm sorry. I'm just picturing we're sitting on it. What's wrong? Well, Tumblr's taking on water. We have to get rid of the shippers we don't like. Which ones are bad? They all go, I ship this character in real.
Tuhu is how I found out about Takina in the Pussycat video. Because,
Toho?
Yeah. Is it Touhou? Is that how you pronounce it?
I thought it was Toho.
Toho is the name of the company that does the Godzilla.
I think they're pronounced the same, though.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Okay.
Oh, cool, because I was like, what's a Tuhu? I was feeling like some weird...
I mean, that's how Vinny describes it. Yeah. Vinny from Vine Sauce, because he was streaming a bunch of Tuhu games. And, like in this collection, somebody mixed in some videos, and one of them was Pussycats. And then, of course, somebody links to it, and I'm like, oh, this is actually pretty good. But, he was watching it first, and then he's like, somebody's going to take this clip out of... Oh, my God. Okay, let's pause this for a second. Let me just skim through this off screen. Okay.
That would be a really... Takina's the guy who makes his name? Or is that his name? I want him to make a video game.
Oh, yeah. He could do that.
Styled after Monkey Bones or one of those claymation games?
Like a Neverhood or Armor Krog. That came out a while ago. I haven't played it yet. It's in my Steam library. It's again my backlog, but it's
Yeah.
by the same guys who did The Neverhood.
Oh yeah, I actually out of nowhere. Do you know what fucking gave me a backlog? Like when I see a Steam deal, I look at it like no, cast or what? I don't say begone thought. I cast away the harlots.
I actually saw the Steam Link. You know what the Steam Link is? It's
No.
a thing it's a little device that lets you hook it up with a landline from your computer to it, and it's like an intermediary between that and your TV. That's on sale for like 95% off.
What are they?
They're usually $50. It's on sale for like $5, so I guess they need to clean stock.
Now, excuse me as I load and secure a dungeon.
I mean, I've had mine on the shelf collecting dust for the past couple of years.
Yeah.
I just haven't used it, and apparently, from what I've heard, there's a lag from it, and I'm like, eh.
It wanted to be the Switch, but couldn't.
I mean, I don't know if you'd even call it like that, because
It was.
this came out in like 2013.
That.
So it was like an adapter, a LAN adapter or something. I don't know. I just haven't bothered to use it at all.
Yeah, you know what I was actually, I mentioned like if I see a really low deal, I fucking like gut these guys. Like, look, $3 for every Baldur's Game Gate DLC and everything done by Troika Games. They're like done, and I have all these like RPGs that I'll never play, and I stare at. By the way, you got game. Have you ever heard of RPG Planescape Torment? Mm-hmm. Are you a fan of it?
I've heard of the name.
It's a comedy, horror, dark fantasy game that hits all of my genres. My favorite part is that you wake up in a morgue and you don't know who you are, and you're like, "Hey, I'm a talking skull who talks like this." My favorite line is, you see undead ladies walk by, and say, "Oh, maybe we should wait and let rigor mortis set in." Shit like that. And it's actually really well written, and there's actually it's a D&D game that takes place in every setting at once but doesn't. And that's genius. Anyway.
Actually, there's actually a lot of classic or old games that got added to Steam recently. I think all the Indiana Jones video games for the N64 actually got ported to Steam.
You know
Killer 7 also got ported to Steam, and I've heard that it's actually a really good port.
Do you know what game I won on Steam? Black and White 2. Have you ever heard of Black and White?
Yeah.
But I only played Black and White 2 once. And it was on when Windows 8 was a thing. And Windows 10 won't play it. And that hurts my soul. Because, like, you know what I used to do? I trained my monster to shit in the other people's fields. So, yeah.
It's a giant orangutan, right?
Yeah, well, you can have different monsters.
Oh.
My orangutan shat... What?
They all shit?
Well, they all have to shit and eat like animals, but you have to train them. I taught him, like, shit in his field and eat his men. You don't ever want me as your god in the world because I will fucking systematically ruin you. I want to tell you this. So I mentioned a monster fucker dude. He annoyed me so much I made a character inspired by him for a thing I'll be running for D&D. It's my take on Bloodborne style horror. Basically, the idea is that this family basically ran a city. Each of their members got screwed over by, evil things they shouldn't have done. And the guy got he'd fuck everything. Eventually, he ended up summoning an eldritch god of lust and pervasion. And she was so disgusted by him. He disgusted an elder god that he said, "There's a hole in my heart that I fill with other people." So she gave him a giant mouth on his chest that rips open and eats hearts. Yeah.
I'm just skimming this fucking comic.
Yeah.
I actually do remember, and like just for context, we're gonna show the image on the screen of the cover. It's called Blue Monday. It's probably like, I think that what initially made me pick this up at first was that it looks like Tumblr shit it out of its anus. And like, because the main character's got blue hair, it's like this teenage punk type thing. And I do remember, like, because I think I picked this up and skimmed through it like in 2014. It might have been that long ago.
I think you even brought in the show at one point.
Were you here when that happened? Because I want to say that you didn't even join the group by the time.
I remember seeing that before.
Okay. But there was a point where, because I think this is set in the 80s. I'm not sure. Or like it's set in it was written in the 2000s, but I think it's set in the 80s because like the main character has a crush on Adam Ant. And the first time I saw him, I thought that he was Michael Jackson. And I was like, that would be so much better of a comic if that were the case.
If it was Michael Jackson?
If she was crushing on Michael Jackson. Yeah, I think this is in the 90s because, yeah, Adam Ant was popular in the early 90s or something. I think that was just when 80s pop was starting to die out in favor of grunge.
Remember when everyone in the 90s dressed like Michael Jackson? Well, all the celebrities did. Like,
oh, okay.
There was like a disturbing number of celebrities who dressed like Michael Jackson.
Like, I remember the big shoulder pads, because we're talking about early 90s. That was when, like, Saved by the Bell. You had all the girls wear the jackets with shoulder pads. I was never into Saved by the Bell.
When I was at Spectrum, we had to watch that fucking goddamn shit.
Yeah, I remember watching that in jail.
What?
Did I ever tell you that? Like, I guess, like, we might as well end this show with a bang. Because I don't think I've ever mentioned to you. I wasn't in jail, but it was like this time in my life. I was 17 years old, and I got in trouble for something really fucking stupid.
Remember what it was?
I'm not sure I'm willing to talk about it right now.
All right, I apologize for prying.
If anybody wants to dox me, then feel free to dig up that information yourselves. But
I'm sorry, man.
Like, yeah, I was in a detention home. I like to refer to it as gay baby jail. Because it's basically like, it wasn't even what you'd call juvie. It's more like the prerequisite to juvie. It's where they put you in before they take you to juvie or like while you're awaiting trial. And there was like this tiny little TV in the corner that they'd play movies on sometimes. And like I think it was like early in the morning. Because like I had gotten to a point, I was in there for like 3 months. And I got to a point where I was able to become a trustee. And the trustee was, you got a orange jumpsuit instead of the regular tan or beige jumpsuits. So I really felt like a prisoner then. But yeah, you got to, like, there was like 4 at a time. I got to be one of the 4. And you were like able to like clean up. They got you to like mop the floors and stuff, give you like stuff to do. Because that's the worst part about being in jail. It's not there's like you're scary at first, but then it just becomes boring, and especially after being there for 3 months. But yeah, they would occasionally play Saved by the Bell like early in the morning. And that's probably like the least interesting part of that story is the Saved by the Bell part.
I'm sorry, I was trying not to laugh because I didn't want to tell him laughing at you, but I'm just picturing like you in like this really hardcore prison, and you're sitting with this guy. He's got like "butt fuck Tim" written on his chest.
No, it was mostly just stupid kids.
I would tell you what I was picturing, and he leaned over and said, "What do you do to get here?" I said, "I want Saved by the Bell," and I mop the floor, and he stabbed him in the dick with a mop. Can you picture what fucking juvie is like now with all these fucking Fortnite retards?
I mean, you're probably not wrong. Yeah.
I'm starting to picture like the warden walks in and goes like, you know, or well, he's walking down all the bars, hitting it with his like with a baton, and they're all Fortnite dancing and T-posing. And he leans over and says, "You got the gas chamber ready?" I'm sorry, man. I'm so sorry.
Yeah, we might go into this later, like in another episode in the future, depending on.
I don't want to pry because that's personal.
Nah, that's fine.
You know
I mean, it's been like more than 10 years, almost 10 years at this point. It'll be 10 years in March. But yeah, it's weird. I just look at it as this weird period in my life where things were like, I don't know, like bad, but now they're good. They're all right. So yeah. But I guess we can wrap it up now. Yeah. We'll see you. I mean, like, this is probably airing, this is airing 2 weeks after Thanksgiving, so.
Y'all eat some good fucking turkey?
Yeah. Next week is probably going to be the year-end recap.
Yeah.
I'll have to, measure the calendar to see, because I've been meaning to put together a best of.
I have a question. Can in between, can you put, little musical segments, da-da?
Yeah, we can do that. Little ad breaks. We're not monetized. We're not going to be able to afford real ones.
Yeah,
but,
you know what we should do? You should put, maybe every once in a while you put a clip that summarizes the last one.
Sure.
You know, so whenever I talk, it's just like fucking Rich Evans talking about Star Wars when I mentioned Jurassic Park.
Yeah. All right, well, I've been Tony.
I've been Zach.
And this has been the Monkey Bar.